Hi everyone, thank you for joining us again on our second video of our three-part series regarding pet anxiety. Today I've got Heinrick from Hilton Vet Hospital here who will be talking specifically about separation anxiety, what it looks like, the medications and how we can modify that behaviour. Thanks Heinrick.
Yeah, let's have a look at what is separation anxiety. Dogs are highly pack orientated, so being left on their own is highly abnormal for them. They will get nervous, they will get anxious. So how do we make the pets adopt to our world where they sometimes have to be left alone? You got to train your pet to know that they are not responsible for you. It's not their business to know where you're going and when you're leaving. So that's a message that we need to get across to them. So how do we manage the separation anxiety? When separation anxiety is really serious, it might be necessary to use medication. Now we try to steer away from sedatives and use drugs that are called anti-anxiety drugs. And we use things like tricyclic antidepressants or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Now these ones modify and correct the neurotransmitter balance in the brain, which is really important for learning and training. Serotonin especially is very important. What it does also, it counteracts the negative harming effect of cortisone that is secreted in a body where there's stress involved. Cortisone has a negative effect on the hippocampus in the brain, which is important for our learning and ability to take information. So by giving these medication, it creates a calm effect where the pet is more likely to learn. Just think about yourself, you know, if somebody hang you over a cliff on one arm and then give you a difficult problem to solve, it's not going to work. And the same applies to our pets. Okay, another way to manage separation anxiety is through behavioral modification training. Now in this you need to take the leadership. You need to be the leader in the pack. You need to be calm and assertive. You need to be serious and emotionally sound when you speak to your pet. Sometimes you have to block them with your body. If they want to force their way with you as you go out of the house, you've got to stop them and send them back to their bed or den. Be very serious when you do that. Go to your bed. Don't get excited when you say that, because excitement is not a sign of happiness. A lot of people think it's happiness, but it's actually the adrenaline levels that are rising, and that causes excitement, which is the cousin of anxiety. So that's very important. So once we've learned to take leadership, we've got to prepare them as we leave the house, prepare them for being left alone. Now a good way to do it is to take them for a good walk, get some exercise, get them tired so they're tired by the time they get back home. It is very important as you get back home from your walk, do it very calm, don't get them excited. And once they're home, you want to calm them down, you want to get them relaxed, and then you carry on, get ready to leave home. And when you're away from home, there's a few things you can do to keep them occupied as long as possible. So Shireen's going to show us a few products here that can be useful as you leave home and as you let them stay home.
Thanks Heinrick. Yeah, so there is a few different products that we do stock in store that assists with that. Puzzle toys are fantastic. This is a way of hiding their food and making them work to get their treats out. They have to roll them around, flip them around, it keeps them occupied. And as we know, a lot of dogs do like food rewards, so it works very, very well. Another way, you can hide food around the house and make them search for it, their favourite treats. We do have a series of treats that aid in calming and tranquil daily treats that you can also give that has products in them to make them relax. For those dogs who hoe through their food, we do stock Licky Max, which are fantastic. The idea of this is to slow down their eating, so you may decide to feed them their breakfast or their dinner as you're leaving, to give them something to do, so they're not focusing on you leaving the house. So these are fantastic for the wet food. They move around, they have to really lick at it. It slows their eating down, it keeps them occupied for longer. And there's a different, obviously different sizes and different varieties of that. In addition to that, we do have daily calming products, which are a chew that just helps their emotional balance and well-being for dogs that sort of continually display anxiety and stress. So these are fantastic. And we also have Feel Away, which is a spray for cats and dogs. It could be on a collar or a diffuser or a spray, and they're the same, a very similar product.
Yeah, the Daptil and Feliway is actually pheromones. That's a chemical, a natural chemical that the pets actually secrete, and it gives them the signal that their place where they're staying is actually a safe haven for them. So by putting this Daptil collar around the dog's neck, it just releases that pheromone all the time, and they feel safe.
And obviously with the cat spray, you spray it on their bedding or somewhere that they
Yes.
like, and it makes them feel very secure and at home.
You also get the diffuser that you plug in, and that just diffuses the pheromones for the cats throughout the house.
So these products are fantastic for when you're leaving the house, but Heinrich, what should you be doing when you return home?
Yeah, very important. When you're at home with your pets, it's really important to keep a calm, relaxed atmosphere at all times. You want to create calmness at all costs. Never let your dog run around and bounce around from couch to couch, chasing the cats and go crazy. It's really important to keep a calm environment, because if your pet is not calm when you're there, how is he going to be relaxed when you're away?
Fantastic. I have to tell my cat that. My cat chases a dog, so that's probably not going to work. Thanks very much for that, Heinrich. I think that's been a fantastic overview about separation anxiety, how to recognise it, and some tips on how to treat it and try and modify it. Stay tuned in. We've got our third video coming up shortly, which will be discussing anxiety and stress in relation to loud noises and storms now that we're entering into winter. Thanks, everyone.